Legacy wireless network service assurance was performed using a dedicated UI. Agents had to swivel chair to this UI to perform assurance tasks, needing additional systems access, knowledge, and network service assurance skills. The average time to resolve a fault was around 25 minutes. Implementing the TMF standard service test and service problem APIs allowed the agents to do assurance tasks directly in the tools they already used in a way that was simple, streamlined, and needed a much lower skill level. Average time to resolve an issue has reduced to 2 to 3 minutes. The network teams can now focus on the network domain knowledge required to implement the tests and translate the outputs into simple and understandable set of rule violations that can be exposed outside of the network entity. Teams consuming the APIs can focus on providing a brilliant customer and user experience, leveraging these tests without the implementers or system users needing to have any detailed network knowledge. These tests enable a truly push-button experience. The TMF APIs are being consumed by multiple systems within Telstra as part of our assurance workflows. We currently process up to 1,400 TMF653 service test requests per hour. We also remediate up to 30 identified service issues per hour using the TMF656 service problem API, providing an improved assurance experience for our customers. Our analytics allow us to quickly identify and resolve emerging network provisioning issues to minimize customer impact.
So it's been quite useful to have the information that they provide via the API. In the past, we would require an agent to toggle to a different tool, a GUI, and then look through the information themselves and then interpret what was right and wrong. This way, having the API, we can have the agent stay within our workflow tool, ServiceNow instance, and we can use the API to feed them the information that they need. So the API can run the check for whatever symptom the customer may be calling in for. Can't connect to the internet, can't make calls sort of scenario. We can run the equivalent TMF653 to then check to see if there are any issues, and the agent doesn't really have to understand what to look for from a network provisioning perspective because the API is doing that check for them. And then if we find something wrong, if 653 finds something wrong, we can trigger the 656 to run the fix, and then after the fix has been run, we can get the agent to have the customer test their service to see if that was the cause of their fault and then resolve their issue. So we've got some good saving there in that we don't really have to teach the agent anymore what to look for when they swivel across to another tool to look at network provisioning information. We have hundreds of front of house users that are cross-skilled in various technologies and are probably expected to know more than they should. And so having something like this allows them to unlearn one more thing that they don't need to know and let the tool do the work for them. So super useful. So we use the APIs every time we have a customer in the news stack calling for assistance for fault troubleshooting. The main one that we'll check for pretty much every call is the network suspension check to see that they're provisioned and they can use their service properly. But then we can also run additional tests based on the sort of symptom that they call in with. Can't connect to the internet, has its own provisioning checks, can't make calls, SMS, all the various different symptoms that a mobile customer can have. We would run the equivalent check every time we have someone with that fault type call in.
So the primary benefit really for the network and our customers came from standardization and automation of the capabilities, allowing us to move to a channel and a segment agnostic solution, effectively cutting out the old manually labor-intensive swivel chair processes from customer assurance. This brought our customer satisfaction higher up and also reduced our overall cost to serve for the company.